Oh my gosh, have you seen the trailer for the Super Bowl halftime show? The whole like 3-4 minutes with Eminem and everything in it. Oh boy, it gets me going.
I cannot wait. And I really think this is going to be the best Super Bowl halftime show.
I think so.
Calling it right now.
Yes, exactly. It's kind of a return to the like 90s, if you will, early 2000s. Sure. So it's going to be a fun one to watch. Good morning, everybody. Glad you're with us. I'm Eric Connors.
And I'm Nadia Rampur. Hopefully you have recovered after a wild weekend of football. And yeah, Monday morning's a little rougher, I'm sure.
It was an intense weekend of football. Lots of fun to watch. Let's see how the forecast is looking here on a Monday.
Oh, there's a very quick transition. Where is the Super Bowl this year?
At SoFi Stadium.
You tell us, Evan.
SoFi Stadium. It's at. See, now I know. They informed me.
I love that took you by surprise.
It did. It took me by surprise last week, but I'm at least appreciative that I'm getting all my information from you two. That's the way I like it. Good morning to you. 6 o'clock hour. Take a look at the forecast as we head into your Monday. Temperatures in the upper 60s and low 70s out there. A lot of sunshine expected. Tonight into tomorrow, we pick up on a coastal eddy and onshore flow that will start to increase humidity values. That means a good chance for a little bit of fog and low-level clouds early tomorrow morning. So you'll see those humidity values jump up along the coastline to the upper 90s. That is very good indication that we could start to see those changes. But Santa Ana's come back into the forecast for Tuesday and Wednesday, and we'll talk more in just a bit about the warmer temperatures that could be on the way for Thursday and Friday. Let's talk about traffic. A lot going on to start off the morning. First thing I want to take you to is where we're already seeing plenty of backups and delays. 805 southbound at the Murray Ridge Road exit. There is a crash there blocking what I believe is the number 1 lane currently. Also, right-hand shoulder blocked with recovery work, a stalled vehicle there on the 15 northbound, as well as southbound trouble. So it looks like northbound and southbound 15 up around the Rancho Bernardo area seeing some difficulty. Lastly, I want to take you over to the 805 southbound right before the 5, number 4 lane, the slow lane blocked there with a stalled vehicle. We'll get more information as we get it and bring it to you. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Evan. And new this morning, the community dealing with the loss of a beloved athlete. He was a former Little League star. We're talking about Micah Pietla-Wiggs. He suddenly died over the weekend.
CBS 8's Dana Marie McNichol live in Chula Vista now with how the community is remembering him. Good morning, Dana Marie.
Good morning, Eric and Netta. Friends, coaches, and family members described 21-year-old Chula Vista native Micah Pietla-Wiggs as an incredible athlete, baseball player, but just a better person. So many say and shocked to hear that this young life taken way too soon in a car accident on Saturday morning at the U.S.-Mexico border. Now, we are learning more information from the Union Tribune saying that the details of this crash aren't being released just yet, but we do know how important he was to the South Bay and sports community here in San Diego. Now, he first made headlines when he helped take the Eastlake team to the 2013 Little League World Series. Many could recognize him and his long golden hair that peeked out of his baseball hat. Now, his Little League success was just the beginning for him. At Eastlake High School, Pietla-Wiggs played 4 years of varsity baseball as an infielder and outfielder. Former coaches speak very highly of him. The baseball coach here at Eastlake High School, Dave Gallego, said Micah was one of the best kids ever. He was always happy, always smiling. He was everybody's best friend. There wasn't a kid that didn't like him. He then went on to play baseball for just 1 season at the University of New Mexico in 2019, where his coach said he always had a huge smile on his face, upbeat energy, and a huge heart. Now, according to Micah's grandfather, he had just started San Diego State University last week as a junior transferring, planning on majoring in business. Now, if you would love to, help with the family's expenses or even a meal, there is a website set up. You can find that link on CBS8.com. You can hit the help button there. I know he was a very special person to the Chula Vista community, the sports community, and of course will be remembered. I'm live at Eastlake High School where he did attend in Chula Vista. Dana Marie McNichol, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Dana Marie. For the second time in less than 1 week, a Tijuana journalist was killed outside their home. Lourdes Maldonado Lopez was found shot in her car. This happened last night. In 2019, Maldonado asked the Mexican president for support, saying, quote, "I fear for my life," after receiving death threats. Last Friday, she spoke at a vigil for Margarito Martinez Esquivel, who was killed last Monday in Tijuana.
And we are getting a new look at a man accused of a burglary as well as several series of vandalisms over Poway in the past couple weeks. Sheriff's investigators released pictures of 33-year-old Corey Miracle here. Deputies say he may be armed with a knife based on his history. If you've seen Corey Miracle, you have any information on his whereabouts, you're asked to call 911. Today marks a key date for a school vaccine mandate at San Diego Unified. It is the district's deadline to take action against those who did not get fully vaccinated or get an approved exemption.
CBS 8's Chris Groh joining us live outside district headquarters in University Heights to explain, the significance of this deadline. Good morning, Chris.
And so according to the latest reports here from the San Diego Union Tribune, about 73 staff and personnel actually received termination notices in regards to their vaccination status for not getting that vaccine or for not getting religious or medical exemptions. Now, if you think about it, that is a very small number when you look at how many people work for the district, work in the district, about 15,000 employees. In fact, 99% of them have either gotten vaccinated or gotten the religious or medical exemption. So less than 1% actually make up this group of 73 staff members. Now, of that, when you do the breakdown, only 12 of them are actual credentialed teachers and 61 are non-credentialed employees like bus drivers and cafeteria staff. Now, some staff members that CBS 8 spoke with are upset at losing anyone during these tough times. However, again, it should be pointed out that this mandate went into place last September, so there's been quite some time for teachers and staff to get the vaccine or an exemption, and again, 99% of them already went ahead with that. Now, we did speak with an employment attorney, his name is Dan Eaton, to get insight into today's deadline and the mandate and the consequences that these teachers and staff face. Eaton says that those impacted need to work with their union reps, if they are in that union, to explore last-minute options.
The next step is contact the person who sent it and to see what your options are. At that point, you've got some thinking to do because the mandate that the district imposed would not be a mandate at all if there were no consequence for failing to comply with it. And that's what we're seeing now.
Now, and for more information on what exactly is happening here at San Diego Unified with the vaccine mandate, as it applies to both staff, teachers, as well as to students, you can go to CBS8.com and click on that story link. Eric and Netta.
Chris Groh, thank you. A state senator, alongside the school districts for both San Diego and Los Angeles, will announce a major piece of legislation. The goal of this announcement is to, quote, help California keep schools open and safe. The senator we're talking about is Richard Pan, chair of the Senate Health Committee. Since 2012, Pan has spearheaded multiple state vaccination laws. The announcement will happen at 9:45 this morning.
Well, the world is watching and waiting as more than 127,000 Russian troops mass at the Ukrainian border. U.S. officials have warned invasion could be imminent here. The State Department is ordering the families of all American personnel at the U.S. Embassy and non-essential workers to leave Ukraine. Officials say they took this action because if Russia sends in troops, the U.S. wouldn't be in a position to evacuate Americans. The Biden administration is promising to respond swiftly and severely with sanctions against Russia if they do invade. Well, tax season is officially underway here. Starting today, the IRS will begin accepting and processing tax returns.
It's time. This year, parents are advised to keep a special eye out for an IRS mailing known as Letter 6419. So you should have already received this document. It should help you accurately report the amount of money you received up front last year for the advanced child tax credit. If you're a parent and did not get the child tax credit payment, you are being asked to call the IRS. Oh, tax season already.
Tax season, there you go. I guess
they're backed up. So
well, it could be. It's good if you're expecting a refund, and it's not so good if you're not.
That's right. How that is.
If you're one of the unlucky.
They always say the goal
right?
is to just be at zero, right?
To just nice.
That's true. Exactly. Just no gain, no loss. Just clear it out, right?
So you don't overpay and
Hey, that's always just a stressful time, I feel like, overall, thinking about that. So, hey, hopefully you can get all those papers together, make it an easy process. 6:09 as we kick off your Monday morning. We are off to the start of a new week, and with it, one of the final days of January. We have a week left, about 7 days itself until we enter the month of February, and we're probably going to round it out with very dry conditions out there. The ridge of high pressure pressure that is currently overhead stays overhead throughout the week, and we stick with those dry conditions, we would probably round out the month more than an inch, nearly an inch and a half below normal as far as our rainfall goes. But for today, a lot of sunshine still in the forecast. Upper 60s and low 70s as we head inland. 57 across the mountaintops for the afternoon. But right now, we're cold out there. We've got a lot of 30s, even some 40s out there. 40 for Poway, 45 for Alpine, 32 degrees right now in Ramona, and 38 in Escondido. So when you look at these temperatures right now, take a look at the change that we've got from 24 hours ago. It is 26 degrees cooler right now in Ramona than this time Sunday morning. Julian is 20 degrees cooler and only a degree change in El Cajon, 12 degrees of a change in Poway. Really dependent on where you are as to how different those temperatures are, because up in Oceanside, for example, it's actually 2 degrees warmer right now than 24 hours ago. Look at the view outside as we start to allow a little bit of light through. Sunrise is going to come just around 6:50 or so, likely around 6:49 actually. And looks like we're already starting to see those pretty clear conditions to kick off your Monday morning. Now let's talk about what's going on in traffic. Just a couple things to mention. It actually has been a relatively busy start to the morning. 805 southbound at the Murray Ridge Road exit, there is a crash that is causing some backups. You see the orange and red, meaning single-digit speeds at times. They're working to clear that on the southbound lanes. Taking you all the way up to the 15. Looks like they're working on both sides of this, on the 15 southbound and northbound at the Rancho Bernardo Road exit. HOV lane blocked on the southbound, right-hand shoulder blocked on the northbound. So two different situations that we're working with here, where it looks like we're already also seeing some slower speeds around that area as well. Lastly, want to take you to the 805 where it meets the number 4 lane, that slow lane, blocked due to a stalled vehicle. Looks like tow truck is on scene. Going to clear that within hopefully the next couple minutes as volume starts to pick up on those roads.